Hello guys, I am Shahzad Ahmed from Shakesy.com and welcome in lecture number 7. Today we are going to create a particular form, a particular login form to your user, so your user can interact with that form and can log in with your system. So before starting, I will show you. We have a single controller named sign up, and we only have a single view sign up. So we have a sign up form in our sign up view, and we have a method named new user. So we are inserting our user, we are checking our user, we are validating that that particular form's data here, and we are sending an email in this method. So we only have a index method, new user method, and confirm method, because we are activating a particular user. And make sure we also have a private function named send mail, because we are sending an email using this function and it's returning true or false. Okay, so now we are going to create another controller. Make sure another controller name file what controller sign up signup.php. okay, signup.php. so because we are connected with our server, so we should refresh the page and refresh page. We should create a file. First letter is capital, sign in. Okay, click. So okay, sorry, because I have a slow internet connection, so that's why it's returning login. Rename, where is rename? Here is sign in.php. okay, so now we have a file sign in.php. okay, we should open that file. So basically we have a controller. We should close our sign up controller, and now we have this controller. So I can zoom out. Okay, zoom in. Class and class name, make sure first letter is capital, and this is the class name and extends to CI, and make sure controller. So we have a class, and we should create a public method which is index method. Make sure and we should create a view here. We should load a view. This load view, which view we are going to create that view named sign in. okay, so we have a single view sign in, so we should upload that controller, and in views we should create a file name signin.php, and we can save that file inside a views folder, because we are going to create a view. Okay, so now we have a just a second. So process running. Okay, we have successfully created a view named signin.php. so here is your view, and we are going to copy our content from sign up to sign in. okay, here is your sign in. So we just change the form fields, and we are going to use that field. okay, so now we can paste that field, and we should change we are sending this form to sign in controller. Make sure we have just created sign in controller, and we are saying that sign in controller check user. we are sending that form to the check user method. Okay, now we have email address. So this is email address and this is password. Okay, so we can change that as well. Sign in or login and login. Okay, now we should upload that file, that view, and when we upload that view means we can, now we should call sign in method. Okay, sign in controller, we are calling a sign in controller. Make sure we have closed that bars. So now we have a sign in form. Whenever we click the login button, so you can see here is a check user method. So first of all, we should open our controller and create a method name check user, and we should accept two values from, because we are sending two values, email and password, from our form, and we should receive that values in this method. So first of all this, and we are receiving that values using post, because we are sending from our form via post method. So it's true because it's necessary. Okay, so we have email. Here is your email, and we can store that email inside a associative array, because we are going to send that data from controller to the model. So here is what is the name, you email. This is the columns name of users table, and we should control D, copy paste means. Okay, now what is the second password, and we are receiving, okay, password. So what is the password? Okay, now we have email and password. So we just check out either it's receiving values or not. If we receiving the values successfully, if not empty, what empty data, and this is you email, and sign, and not empty if both values data, and I'm saying that you password, and now if we have both values, we should send that, because we have only a single sign up model. So first of all, okay, we are not creating another model named sign up. We are using same model, sign up model. Okay, don't worry. Okay, we have a model sign up, and we are calling that method, and we are saying check user. Okay, and I think we also have check user. Make sure we have to convert that value before sending the database, because we have MD5 values inside the database. It should take two parameters. First, algorithm, make sure MD5, and second, the value. We are converting that password into MD5 and storing that value in the same associative array. Okay, this is the key. Okay, so we are sending that values to the model, which is mod sign up, which method, check user. So we have to create a check user method for, suppose, check user, because we are checking email in this method, but check user by password. Okay, we are going to create this method, public So, and we are sending the value from controller, and we should receive that values here. So we have associative array, you know that, and this db, and we are going to use getWhere method, because it takes two parameters. First of all, the users table and associative array. What is associative array? We are matching, because it's already, as we are sending associative array from controller, so no need to create associative array further. So because this is also a associative array, so associative array, so it should map the values with tables column. So it returns true or false. Make sure if the value exists, it returns single row, otherwise it will return empty rows. So we have returned, so that's why we can store that values user. So we just created a user variables, and we should check if user num rows means we are receiving values greater than, means, oh, okay, not we should, okay, we are saying that, okay, now we are chaining here, okay, and I think you should familiar with chaining. We chaining here, and we are saying that please give me the records but in array. Okay, so now we have receiving arrays from here, so we should count, because we receiving count equals to 1. So if count equals to 1, okay, do this, otherwise else if count equals to 0, if count equals to 0, do this. So if we receive the values, we set the, okay, so for now session values, okay, I think user value, okay, I'm creating user data, it's a variable's name, okay, and I'm saying that record which is coming from the database, because we have a single record, that's why I am accessing the index which have 0 index. Okay, so now we have okay, now what should we do? We should u full name. So here is u full name, and it's a associative array. Okay, so we are saying full name and we are copying the same data, and we are saying, okay, so now we have a full name, and I'm saying full name, date, and what about other columns name and email. So we never store password inside the session, so that's why we are not receiving the, we are not storing the password. So we are setting only few things: name, date, email, and make sure also ID, and make sure we are. So we have associative array here, and what we have to do now, we should create a session, this session, and we can call methods set user data, and it should take associative array. So that's why we have created associative array, and we are going to pass this associative array to this method. Okay, so when user submit the form, we fetch the value, we check the value, then if we have the record, we fetch the values, and we are storing that values in associative array. Then we calling the session set user data method, and we passing the associative array variables. Okay, so now we set the session. Now we just check the session. If the session exists, which session? This session. Make sure I'm talking about session, not flash data. So there is the difference between flash data and session. So session can hold the data for a specific time, but flash can remove the data in a single refresh. Okay, you cannot access your flash data after one refresh. Make sure I'm talking about page refresh. So I'm checking this session user data. Make sure I'm not checking here flash data. User data. Which user data? UID. Here is UID, and I'm saying if this session is exist, then redirect where? Home. Home. Make sure else. Make sure else. We should copy the bad boy. So else we can set the message by calling flash data, set flash data. So you cannot log in right now. Okay, so you can not log in right now. Okay, so redirecting to login to the same form. If we get error, okay, and if the value is not exist, we can say invalid username or password. Okay, invalid email or password. So now what we have done, and make sure if the value is not exist, make sure username. I'm talking about email and password. I am saying that please check required fields and try again. Okay, so now I should just a second, we can move on this. So we have a single form sign in. We have a simple, okay, sign in. We have a simple form user and password. Here is your user and password, sorry, email and password, and we are sending this data to sign in controller, and which method? Check user method. So here is check user method. We are receiving two data, email and password. We are setting these data inside the associative array variables named data, and we are checking if the value is not empty, then we are converting our password into MD5 and storing the same value, and we sending check user password. And because we are checking from the database, if the value is exist, we are fetching all the columns, not all, specific column, and we are storing inside the associative array, means an array named user data. Okay, when the record is successfully fetched, we setting the session and we checking the session and redirecting to the home page. If the session is available, then redirecting to the home page. If the session is not available, redirecting with a specific error to login controller. Okay, so if we cannot find any record, we are setting an error, we are saying invalid email or password. If user is not providing email or password, then we are saying please check required fields and try again. We have to now upload the file because we are connected with server, and make sure we have to create our home controller. So controller, home controller, file, make sure first letter is capital, home.php. so now we have a home controller. So just a second, now it's processing, and we have a class and home, and I'm saying X stands to which CI controller, and I'm saying that public, and I'm saying public and index method, because whenever you call the controller, it's always execute the index method. I'm saying welcome, so echo welcome. So let's check and make sure we have to upload the files, all of these files. So now we have successfully uploaded our files to the server, because I am connected with my shakesy.com website. So make sure I have an email which is Shahzad Ahmed, and make sure I set my password, I think KK means 2 times K. So email, make sure KK password. Okay, first of all I am giving wrong password, then I should click the, so it's checking the data, and it's saying undefined properties, sign in mod line number, sign in.php line number 16. so here is line number 16, sign in, line number 16, mod sign, because it's not capital, it's small, mod sign up. Okay, so now it's mod sign up, so we have to upload the file because we have just changed this controller. So now we have refresh the page. So okay, why your page request is what's not load, why it's not loading? Okay, login, I don't know why it's happening. It's sign in, because we have created a sign in class, not a sign in controller, not login. So it's sign in, so that's why we are receiving that error. So now it's working fine. Make sure upload the file, uploaded successfully. Now you have to refresh the page, it should work. Okay, why login, here is not login. Okay, make sure sign in, form, email, wrong password, hit the login button. So it's saying invalid email or password. If I provide correct credentials, login, now it's saying welcome. So we have successfully created a login system for our project, for our small project. So I think you are enjoying, and we will learn many things to another lectures. And I'm Shahzad Ahmed from shakesy.com. If you think I'm doing good, feel free to share my courses and my videos. So thank you for watching.